Good Monday afternoon to you, everybody. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a hot Monday. Paladin Steve, Starfleet Special Forces, checking in from X, sir. Great old ones, Doc Flamingo, Dungeon Minister, and there's a few more of you out there. I know you are. I can sense you lurking out there. Welcome, everybody, to the show, or as has been said, the shizzo. Anyway, I hope you're having a good one. I'm having a pretty good one. I'm here every day on this side of the dirt is a good day. So I'm having a good day. It's convenient. But anyway, guys, we have got some cool stuff going on today. But I want to talk to y'all first about something real quick. If you're just swinging by for the first time, maybe you got a notification over on X. Maybe it's something that YouTube kind of threw up at you in a positive way, not like the cat leaving a hairball on the bathroom mat at 4 a.m. And you haven't done so already, could you please do me a favor? Could you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications? And that would be super duper heavy, super duper helpful. It's been that kind of a day, guys. Let me tell you what. I'll tell you how my day started. And then we can kind of get into it. So this morning I gotta we've had the call to action, which also, please give this video a like if you like it. That's free. That's totally free. But I have that kind of pull at YouTube, Dungeon Minister. Oh, I gotta do this. That should be a thing that I can just have set on all the time, but not until I do certain things. The comments showing up on screen. Anyway, so last week, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver was home all week. She took some vacation time. We had a good time. It was very relaxing. She enjoyed doing nothing. Sometimes you need time off like that, where it's like, what are you going to do? Nothing. So yeah, we had a little staycation here at the house. Good times. I got very used to her being around. Phone rings this morning. In-laws calling for computer help. And I'm like, yeah. You know what? Oh, it's just a black screen. Won't turn on. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I bet Mrs. the Dungeon Delver would love to see you guys. I'll tell her and we'll head over. So I head out in the living room. I figure she's watching CBS Sunday morning. I walk out in the living room. TV's off. She's not here. Okay. So Zeus, my dog, he starts getting excited for walkies. I'm like, okay. So I get my leash, get his leash, get my hat, sunglasses. Head outside. Car's not in the driveway. What in the hell? I'm starting to worry a little bit now. Pull out my phone. Call her. Ring. No answer. Now I'm starting to worry. I get a text. It's from her. I'm in my morning meeting. What do you need? Then I realize, no, it's not Sunday morning. It is, in fact, Monday morning. So that's just the kind of day that it's been. So, yeah. But anyway, we've got some fun tonight we're gonna, or this afternoon, dog walking in this weather. Well, the Vile Necromancer. By the way, an up and coming YouTuber who punches above his weight, the Vile Necromancer, hanging out right there with us in the crowd. Good to see you, my friend. Look forward to updates on your studio, by the by. Found the car. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay, that's you got me beat there, Dungeon Minister. But anyway, so we've got an unboxing to do here shortly. We've got a mail call that we're gonna do. In case you don't know what we do around here, I try. Sometimes I don't succeed. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I try to bring you guys 5 nights a week of consistent classic TTRPG material. And to that end, tomorrow night, we are going to be playing first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Now, who's we? Do I have a mouse in my pocket? Are there people just out of shot? What's going on? By we, I mean, I got a group of 5 great players. I have D and Disability. I've got Timothy Imholt. I've got Doomsword Deathmaster. I've got Gonzalo Lira's Bar Tab. You guys know him from the live chat over here. And I have Kevin. I have a Kevin. Kevin the Awesome will be here. Kevin will have a new character, which brings me to hello, Yang. Which brings me to my next point. When we play TTRPGs on the live stream for you guys to enjoy, it is not, I did not, it is not, scripted. All right. We don't have table reads. We don't have script writing sessions. There are no plot arcs, stories that we hash out beforehand. We play in the moment. We could start tomorrow night, get 10 minutes in, and we're rolling up new characters and starting a new campaign because there's been a TPK. That can happen. That can happen. We play it like it's supposed to be played. The dice lay where they fall. So, yeah, it's not Critical Role. That's right. That's absolutely right. I don't want your 20-page backstory. Backstory is what is created as you adventure, boys and girls. Backstory was what you did when you raided the Keep on the Borderlands. Backstory is, you know, that time Jim spilled a Coke all over the DM's maps. No one has said it's scripted, but I think there is a general sense that good D&D games have to have this. This is my character's backstory. This is blah, 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 blah. And that's not the case. That is literally not the case. So anyway, to move on. Matt Sherman's out in the swamp for a work conference, stopping by Gods and Monsters on Wednesday. Excellent. Excellent. Gods and Monsters is awesome, Matt. I bet you're going to have a lot of fun. Wednesday, I will be here because Tuesday we're playing AD&D. That's right. That's Hollywood D&D. It's SPSS, Dungeon Minister. Snacks, people, setting, system. If you have good snacks, people will come. And then once the people are there, you got to get them engaged with a good setting. And then the system is whatever works. Exactly. You guys get it. See, y'all are my people. Y'all are my people. By But oh, you know what? I forgot something. Whatever we do this week, it is brought to you by me and this channel. Linked down in the comments, you can find a link to the merch store where you can get some awesome Delver's Dungeon merch. Also, if you are a fan of first edition, if 1E is your jam and you need a convenient and easy way to manage your characters in 1E, brothers and sisters, I got some good news for you. Crom, the Character Record Organization Manager tool, is available now for your Windows PC. A rich, feature-complete, first edition, 1E rules compliant character creator. Now, maybe you're saying, Bill, there's a million websites out there that have 1E character creators. And maybe you're right. All I have to do is create it and then print the HTML, and I have a character sheet. Can they save your character, level your character up, change your character stats for you, lower your character's level if they got touched by a spooky undead or did the horizontal mumbo with a succubus? Can you age those characters? Can you buy them equipment? Can you sell gems and jewelry? Can you dual class them? Can you turn them into bards? Can you check to see if they've got psionics? I say they can't. You can have all of these features in a simple, easy to use, text interface based program for your Windows PC for $25. If that interests you, if the ability to create D&D characters that quickly is something that you might like to have, hit me up on social media and I will put you in touch with the word of Crom. Wonderful Wizard of Games. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not doing, I haven't done non-live stream videos for a while. YouTube hates what I'm doing here. YouTube is not into live streaming. YouTube is into shorts and short form videos. So I'm getting pushed back down. I need to start doing contentful videos. Anyway, Wednesday night, Kyle will be here. He will be running, yes, but his ultra lightweight RPG. I'll be playing it. We might have some other people playing it too, but I'll definitely be here. Thursday, we're going to find something to deep dive on Thursday. That's right. No guest. You guys don't have to dress up. And then Friday, we are going to be playing Gamma World. First edition Gamma World. And I'm excited about that. Because we will have, once again, Tim Imholt, Doomsword Deathmaster, Kevin, but also Yang Yan Zhao and Kennick. Hey, it's the Wheeling Dragon. It is the Wheeling Dragon. Vile Necromancer, reach out to me, my brother. I can connect you to Crom. Dungeon Minister only wants Crom if I make it work for what's your favorite edition, Dungeon Minister? I know it's not first edition. What is it? Fourth edition. That's what you like to play, right? Dungeon Minister. But anyway, now I don't beat this drum this often, this early in the year. I can imagine Wheeling. I can imagine. I don't really start him. This past week, was it this past week or past weekend? Last week was kind of a blur with Mrs. the Dungeon Delver being home. But last week was the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. The days are getting shorter. Tomorrow will be shorter than today. The day after that will be shorter than tomorrow, and so on and etc. What does this have to do with the price of tea in China? That loop, that gravity assist, that gravitic attraction that is pulling us is the winter solstice. And when is the winter solstice? It's in December. You might think, and you'd be wrong, but you might think that it's too early to bring that up. We're all sweltering, unless you're down in Australia. You're thinking about a trip to the beach, up to the mountains, out to the lake, down to the river, to the water park. Don't do that. Or just going to the mall just to sit in the air conditioning, have an orange Julius. We are now in TDI, trans-December injection, not TLI, translunar injection. We are moving to where we are no longer being pushed by 2025. We are being pulled by 2026. And what, again, does that have to do with anything? I have a project going forward. If you were with us, you know that every December I do an advent calendar. I do a Dice advent calendars. Last year's was hilarious because I had this awful AI generated Dice advent calendar box that was the most slop, just literally like, we need you to design a box for D&D dice for an advent calendar of them. You have 3 minutes. That's the quality of box I got. There was nothing particularly Christmassy about the dice. It was just some random dice. I think the balance of them were red, white, or green. And that's about the best I can say. Now, unfortunately, our friends at Do Dragao don't seem to be in business anymore. If that's not the case, I apologize. But I reached out to them for this last year's. I was like, hey, I want to buy an advent calendar for Christmas. And they were just like, it was crickets. So I had to grab something quick, and we started the dice advent late and yada, yada, yada. That's not going to happen this year. I have an artist who is making dice. They're being cast. I can't wait to see them. It's going to be wonderful. But that's right, Paladin Steve. Crom laughs at your character sheets. That's Crom, strong in his mountain. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I know how the advent's going to work. It's not going to be in a box, guys. It's not going to be in a box. It's going to be it's going to be so much cooler. Now, also, if you were here this past year, you know that I did a gift drawing throughout the month of December. Every week of December, I did a gift drawing. Because I wasn't live streaming. I was just I did a live stream every week where I did a gift drawing, and then I did the advent calendar shows. Which I may end up doing as YouTube shorts. I will bombard YouTube shorts with the dice advent calendar opening. I don't want to oversell this. Last year we gave away um a mini Pac-Man game like this one. We gave away a Dungeons and Dragons cookbook, the D&D cookbook that had come out last year. We gave away a Mobile Suit Gundam model, and I don't remember the fourth. I think the fourth thing that we gave away during the Christmas giveaway was something to do with the D&D stamps. I think if that's not the case, somebody let me know. I feel terrible that I'm having a brain fog, but we did drawings for all of those. And I think you guys liked it. I think you guys enjoyed it. So I thought, well, will I do that again? Maybe not. I don't know. Kind of hemmed and hawed. Maybe, maybe not. Thank you, Joe Kaufman. That's what it was. The Ancient Red Dragon mini from WizKids. The Ancient Red Dragon mini from WizKids. That's right, because I got 2 of those. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much, Joe. So that it's sitting on top of the Tudor resin piece there. That has been bugging me all day long. And if I just looked over here, I would have gone, oh, I gave away one to her. Okay. We're doing another giveaway this December. I am restricting this to channel members or patrons. You can join my Patreon for as little as $1. You can join my YouTube membership for as little as $2. What level you join at won't help. Like, but I joined it at the $50 tier. I don't have a $50 tier. And if after the holidays you're like, no, I'm done. Bye. I didn't win. I can't put a, squirt gun to your head and say, stick around or I'll wet your hair. That's how it's going to be. I already know what I am giving. This is a once in a lifetime deal. This is going to be literally once in a lifetime. Any of you that really wanted the Holmes Basic Dragon, a mini Pac-Man machine, D&D cookbook, the Mobile Sumo Gundam kit, you could have gone to Amazon and gotten one of each. You'd have just been saying, well, I didn't win. I'll just buy it for myself for Christmas. Or I'll tell Santa Claus to bring it. You're not going to be able to get what I'm giving. You're going to see you're going to sit there and go, I'm not gonna. You're not getting my $1 a month. You're going to see what's rolling out, and you're going to kick yourself. This is a process. Hey, John Collins, good to see you too. This is a process that is ongoing right now to make this happen. I'm not going to give any hints. This is once in a lifetime. So I hope people will like it. I think you might. If you're here, I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it. So that will happen. Now, again, maybe you're thinking, Bill, you're talking about 6 months from now, 24 weeks, 25 maybe. It's 25 by 7. That's 20 by 4 is 175. 182 days. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. So, speaking of things that you don't want to miss out on, we have a mail call. And of course, I don't have the package to hand. It's over on the other side. So hang on a second. Where is it? And I'm back. We have a package here. This, to me, covering up my address, is from Doc Flamingo. Doc Flamingo has graced us with a package. And we have the sword opener. So let's see. Hopefully this won't break the sword opener because it's old pewter. Old Fortran. I may have to get a proper knife for this. If I can find a proper knife around here. Hang on a second, y'all. I just need something with an edge or a point. So we'll go with a screwdriver. Oh boy, what is it? Rob Turner. So what do we have from Doc Flamingo? Well, it's not ticking. TXG, good to see you. You down with TXG? Yeah, you know me. All right. We have some books. We have some books from Doc Flamingo. Last night I got books from Flamingo. So this is well-packaged books. This is okay. Let's jump zoom. This is The Age of Blood and Iron Core Rulebook in Tarot Bang by Doc Flamingo. ABI is a role-playing game based on the European Middle Ages, designed to be highly modular, allowing the GM and players to fine-tune the experience to their preferred level of complexity, from rules light to high crunch. It's your world. You decide. Combat can be high or low lethality with wound effects incorporated or not, as suits your taste. Whether you like hack and slash or combat simulation, ABI fully supports it. Bold claims. You can even switch seamlessly between the two, with detailed combat rules employed in important battles and a stripped down system for dealing with lesser minions. Very nice. Tournaments, mass combat, naval warfare, and sieges are all covered, as well as rules for managing armies, ruling fiefdoms, trade, and intrigues between noble houses. It is a classless, skill-based game where life path character generation allows for the creation of experienced individuals at GM-defined power levels, reflecting the nature of the campaign, from common everyday folk to mythic heroes or anywhere in between. The game utilizes a 2d6 versus target number dice system that is intuitive and applies to virtually all actions, so it's easy to pick up, and almost anything players might think of is covered by simple, straightforward rules. Come test your mettle in an age of blood and iron. Alrighty. So we have some very nicely printed pages there. But wait, there's more. Because we also have a supplement. A supplement. By the way, I want to point something out. This is not directed at Doc Flamingo or his books. I want to point something out. Of all the people going out there being hot to trot to clone classic RPGs, how come none of you cowards are trying to clone fantasy wargaming? I mean, that's a system that's totally abandoned. The author passed away. It's not for sale anymore. But no. Because you don't want a game where you have to take a disadvantage if you're left-handed. Anyway, this is the Age of Blood and Iron Codex Arcana. And it's fantasy rules for the Age of Blood and Iron RPG by Doc Flamingo. Hey, there's Doc Flamingo. Yeah, we all actually owned that game because we all either got it from the Sci-Fi Book Club or we bought it at Walden Books with our other Wald's Book Club card. All right, so what is Codex Arcana? Codex Arcana is a rules supplement for the Age of Blood and Iron role-playing game and requires Age of Blood and Iron to be used. Thank you for sending me both then, Doc. This wouldn't have been nearly as helpful without that. It adds fantasy elements to the game. This volume includes 9 magic-using professions, 6 new skills, 18 new quirks, 5 golden rings. Sorry. Term, event, and boon tables for the magic professions. 200. Doc wasn't kidding around. Alchemy rules, item enchantment rules, example magic using NPC combatant statistics, fright system. I'm down with a fear-based system. There are no golden rings. What if I enchant them using your enchanting rules? Ha! I just shot holes in your logic. Wait, let me do that like Maldavius Hall. So he comes to me and he says, there are no golden rings. So here's what we did. We sat down and created some golden rings. Okay. So we said, look, you can do this. You do this over here, or there are no golden rings. Right. Okay. All right. I'm disgusted by it. I'm disgusted by him saying there's no, okay, I'm not kidding around. I'm disgusted by it. So then I said, look, we're going to do the golden rings. And we did the golden rings. And of course it was right. 25 million views on YouTube Shorts. Anyway, let's see. Item enchantment rules, example magic using NPC, combat statistics, fright system, divine favor system, divine ascent system, divine spell casting, 134 creatures, 20 playable races. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Example encounter tables. Doc's a man after my own heart with a scalpel and a retractor. Dozens of deadly traps. Fine, golden ring sold separately. This is chunky. I like this. You know what? No offense, Doc. I'm going to check the rules out. I want to look in Arcana here. Let's see. Let's just check out something here. Polymorph. The target is transformed into another life form specified by the caster for the spell's duration. The new form must be within one size category of the target's natural form per point of the caster's arcane magic SL. The target is physically and mentally identical to the type of creature it has been turned to in all respects. The transformation requires 2 turns to complete, and the target is considered stunned. The stun period is repeated once the spell duration expires and the target changes back. Duration, 1 hour per SL. Skill level, I'm guessing. 1 phase per skill level, -1. 1 period per skill level, -2. 1 day per skill level, -3. Resistible? Yes. Permanence? Yes. Dispel? Yes. Embedding? Daily only. Potion? No. Can't make a potion to polymorph. What if I want to? But this looks really cool. Doc, thank you so much. Reach out to me, Doc. You've got your own RPG? Maybe it's time we had you on the show to talk about it. I'm serious. Who would like to have Doc Flamingo on to talk about this? I would. I sure would. And it's my show, so I can have who I want on. Wheeling Dragon says yes. TXG says yes. Doc Flamingo says yes. You don't get a vote unless it's yes, and then you get a vote. All right, we'll set it up, brother. Great Old Ones raises hand. If you're a Great Old One, that would have been a tentacle. Now I don't believe anything. Anyway, so that is Age of Blood and Iron. It sounds fascinating. That's meaty, dude. I gotta admit, it would be intimidating if this were like typefaced like the Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, and Monster Manual. But it is large, easy to read type. And as an old look, I don't wear these because I think they make me look smarter. The only thing that would make me look smarter is if I had a VTuber AV of like Richard Feynman. Albert Einstein, if you don't know who Richard Feynman is. Or maybe Sagan. Millions and billions of people have played Dungeons and Dragons. But anyway, yes. So big, easy to read text. Yeah, Doc, it could be. Yeah. So, I mean, we're a little zoomed in. You guys, I know you can't see it, but you can see it, right? Like if that was a one ebook I was holding up there, you would see like a faint gray haze from the text. So yeah, this is and the rule book follows suit. A veritable phone book. TB Flowers, hello. Bill V2 Perfect. Let me tell you guys, so this pisses me off to no end. Not Doc's game. Doc's game is awesome. Doc, I will find a place on the shelf for it to live. I am not disrespecting it and just throwing it on the floor. You see how full everything. I may get this the hell out of the way. What's Kevin Simbadea ever done for me? Nothing. I shouldn't be advertising his busted ass failed Kickstarter bullshit on my show anyway. Oops, somebody will have to super me. I said a dirty word. Joe Kaufman, be well. Stay cool. Literally, stay cool. Anyway, where was I? By Joe, where you going with that cooling fan? Ba-down, ba-down, bum, bum, bow. I don't know what's gotten into me today. Anyway, so yeah, Doc, we'll set something up. We'll get you on the show. You can talk to us about your RPG. Looks like everybody's excited about it. I'm excited about it. Again, I'm all about traps and little things I can do. Look. Even if I play AD&D, guys, y'all who send me your RPGs, I'm forever looking for good ideas, and I'm always finding them. And who knows, maybe I'll find something in here for an adventure idea or something like that. But it looks like just a damn solid game, and I'm all about damn solid games. So I can't wait to get Doc on the show to tell us about his game. Don't know if you saw your question. Oh, yes. TXG asked this question. Can 2E material be used with 1E? Yes, but the thing you have to watch out for is, and let me be completely honest with you, this started in late 1E, and that is feature creep. Late 1E, you had Gary introducing things like weapon specialization and double specialization. And then you had a skill system slapped on top of it with the Wilderness and Dungeoneer survival guides, which I do not like. I don't like those books. I don't like the skill systems. The only good thing about them is the art. You had a lot of feature creep coming in, so you got to watch out for that. But points inflation is something big. So once upon a time, I could not get a copy of Against the Giants. I was not as adroit at searching the internet for out of print rare D&D stuff. And Return to Against the Giants, The Liberation of Jeff, or whatever it is, by Monty Cook and Sean Reynolds and a whole bunch of people who straight up say in the introduction, we never played G123. Why the fuck were you people writing over Gary's work? You hacks. Anyway, did the Splat book start with 1E or 2E? I'm going to say 1E. I think Unearthed Arcana was probably the first ever RPG Splat book. Maybe you could make the case that it was Traveler or even the supplements for OD&D. But for first edition, it started with Unearthed Arcana, and then Oriental Adventures, WSG, DSG, and finally Manual of the Plains. So Against the Giants, The Liberation of Jeff, or Geoff, or Gaff, or Goff, or whatever you want to say. It is the G123 modules are included in total, but 2E had things like there's dragons, and of course there's big giants, and so there was hit point inflation. The bigger, tougher giants use a D12, not a D8 for hit dice, as did there's a pair of white dragons, and then there's a red dragon in there's the white dragons in G2, and then there's a red dragon in G3, and they use the higher stuff. So by and large, what's the possibility of a deep dive on Oriental Adventures one day? That would be a journey we would have to take together. But what is the possibility? I could. AD&D Mike. That is correct. AD&D Mike. They slapped on more hit dice because more numbers go better. Really need them. Yeah, Wonderful Wizardry Games. I don't see why we couldn't talk about that one day. I mean, it is part of the history of it is the funniest thing. That's one of those things we're going to have Paul Stormberg come on and explain to us. God bless Jim Ward that he couldn't be here to also be part of that. Oh, that's neat, TXG. That is neat. What about a deep dive on fantasy wargaming? No. 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 Mm-mm. Nope. That book causes cancer faster than the asbestos edition of Fahrenheit 451. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, if there is a public call for it, we will look at Oriental Adventures one day. I've actually years ago I did a deep dive on WHFRP. I have the best version. Actually, I have to be honest. Objectively, second edition is better. The first version swerves between percentile and 1d10 for stats and outcomes and stuff. It's like, well, here you want to roll a d10, but here you want to roll percentile. I'm okay with percentile. I don't necessarily, 1d10 does not give enough room for a granular outcome, but I guess they felt otherwise because I think 2E was all D10, or maybe it was all percentile. I feel like it was all D10, but it was still a better system. To date, I think there's 5 versions of Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and they still haven't settled on a magic system yet. 2E's was different from 1E's. 3E was just bizarre. Third edition Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay was like, it was this board game, story game hybrid. You had to have weird dice. You had to have stance card facings to put out to people. Thank you, Rob Turner. Take care. It was very strange. You're not wrong, TXG. It is essentially unplayable. Like, so the book, if you guys don't know fantasy wargaming, oh my God, we're doing a shallow dive on fantasy wargaming. If you don't know what fantasy wargaming is an alleged supplement that was supposed to address some of the shortcomings in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. The person writing it basically spends the first few chapters coming off as just being very bored with Dungeons and Dragons as a game. And then I won't disagree with that. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay First Edition is a gushing, huge, heartfelt love letter from a 13-year-old boy to an absolutely gorgeous Hollywood superstar. Like the most beautiful, she's got the wavy hair, the beautiful body, and he just pours his heart out page after page. And it's from Games Workshop to TSR for AD&D. It is a love letter to AD&D? That answers everything I need to know about Matt Colville. Wonderful wizard. We did a strategic, way early in the show's history, we looked at strategic review, Vile. Anyway, to go back to fantasy wargaming, yeah, so the author basically spent like the first 70 pages or so expressing this bored disdain with Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm referring to Galloway's book, Great Old Ones. And then shifted, and it's like this sudden head snap when he just like, anyway, here's my RPG. And it is just like, I honestly don't know if it was just supposed to be a parody of OD&D. I don't. I read it a few times. I may still have a copy, but I think I got rid of them all. But it is so strange. It is like, some people like beef, AD&D. Other people like chicken, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Still some others like fish. Fantasy wargaming is tofu. Nobody likes tofu. Did Rick Priestley have any part? I think we can find out. Game design and development, Richard Hollywell, Rick Priestley, Graham Davis, Jim Bambra, and Phil Gallagher. There you go. I hope that answers your question. It's cheap protein. I don't even know about that much. Thomas Smith, I don't know about that much. Got the impression he thought he could do better and whipped it out without any editing or thinking. Yes, Doc, I would agree with you. He puts out the air that he absolutely 100% knew any better than you did. Like, no, you're all idiots. You don't understand medieval history. You don't understand game design. So too bad. Here's my game. You should play it instead. And no one did. I find it the height of irony that it was the only RPG sold by the Doubleday Science Fiction Book Club. You would have thought that TSR would have jumped right on that. But then the Doubleday books were so poorly bound, I think Gary probably would have had an aneurysm over those Doubleday Book Club science fiction books being made to fall apart. Yes, but Thomas, what is the point when you don't want to eat it? I would say more ketchup and mayonnaise, Vile Necromancer, but what do I know? Excellent book for a reference. Good summary of medieval society. Has some nifty ideas that could be stolen, like heritage and bizarre historical monsters. I mean, sure. Look, find stuff where you want stuff. I think Steve Jackson's Sorcery, the British Steve Jackson books, are amazing for first edition or original D&D fans. You can run those as a module. Yes, I remember reading that. You like RuneQuest? Which food is that? Pork. RuneQuest is pork. Not necessarily bad pork. I mean, what's better than a good pork chop? or some ribs or some pulled pork. But anyway, TXT, yes, the author did pass away immediately after the book was published. Car accident, I believe. TB flat. Pork, the one you love. Pulled pork. Oh, yeah. I love doing pulled pork in the I have an instant pot, so I can get pulled pork in like an hour if I want it. Like, what's something quick and easy? Pulled pork. I guess you could say I can go full ham. Sorry. So it is. I love my instant pot. Now I can do it in a crock pot. I can do pulled pork in a crock pot. It just takes all day. Like all day. Not like, well, it's 1:00. I'll put it in. It'll be done by dinner. Nope. You'll start it at 10, or you're not going to eat it that day. Unless you're going to eat it at 9:00 at night. I may do that, Vile Necromancer. I would have to say that D&D 2024 is McDonald's. It's cheap. Everybody knows what it's going to taste like. It's bad for you. It's corn syrup and lard. Yeah. I've set alarms to get crock pots going. Like if I was going to do a roast and I knew we were going to eat like it was wanted for lunch, I would crock pot. Tell you guys a funny crock pot story. It's kind of it's limbed in tragedy, but my neighbors, who were wonderful people, they moved away. My neighbors who live over there are also wonderful people, but and filled with E. coli. Oh, but they're the patron of the household passed away, and I know this because one of the sons, or one of the relatives, came and knocked on the door and asked if they could use our side yard and our easement to park on. And I kind of looked at him and he said, "We've had a death in the family." And I said, "Unquestionably, please." I moved our cars out of the driveway onto the yard, and I said, "Here, park here if you need to." But when I found that out, I went to the store and I got the stuff to make a roast. I made a pot roast in the crock pot, and I put it in an aluminum tray, carrots, onions, all that jazzmatazz, the juice, everything. Put it in an aluminum tray. Some dinner rolls, and I took a jug of sweet iced tea and I took it over there and I said, "Look, my sincerest condolences." They were thankful, and they went on, we always had a good relationship. My daughters came from school. My daughters from a young age loved roast, and they came home from school. They're like, roast. And I was like, there is no roast. I'm sorry. I had to explain to them that there was no roast. They were so heartbroken. I went back to the market and I got another roast, and I said, "I will make us roast for dinner tomorrow." That made up for it. Third edition D&D is Lego sets. You don't eat Lego sets. Salsa chicken in the crock pot. Oh, that sounds tasty. Crock pot chili is good. Although I just prefer to make it on the stovetop. I almost wish it was colder weather. I would make some chili. Love chili in the wintertime. Best spices to use in a crock pot: salt, pepper, bay leaf, oregano, garlic, onion. That's it. Don't get crazy. Don't throw any fennel seed, coriander, rosemary. You can put some rosemary in there. Sage. If you're doing a roast, sage. But your sage you want to do is a dry rub on your roast anyway. You want to do a salt, pepper, uh, sage, onion rub on your pot roast. Then you want to sear it. There you go, Cat Infinity, timey wimey limey. Go make yourself some chili con carne, brother. Red kidney beans, ground beef, some seasonings, some saltines or oysterettes. Dollop of sour cream if you get a little too hot. Dollop of sour cream in there. Sprinkle some cheese on top otherwise. I'm making myself hungry. Dang it. All right. So that is the yeah, I'm not making chili right now. So let's start beginning to end, and then we'll wrap it up with the food list. OD&D. OD&D is your mom's home cooking. Nothing in the world can beat it. Sometimes you want something a little more. Basic D&D, that's that meal you cook yourself in your house proud of. But it's usually just like, a flank steak. Flank steak, microwave green beans, slice of buttered bread. First edition AD&D. First edition AD&D is an eclectic, all-you-can-eat Mongolian barbecue. Beef, mushrooms, onions, green peppers, noodles, water chestnuts. Peppers. Who knows? White rice? Absolutely. Second edition is I live in a small town, but the best pizza is a chain. So that's what we'll have. It's the best pizza in town. Really, what's the place called? Papa John's. GURPS is a Kroger gift card. That's what GURPS is. GURPS is $100 Kroger gift card. So is Hero System, for that matter. Third edition. Third edition is Dave and Buster's. What did the food taste like? I don't know. I was being blasted in the face by sensory overload. I guess I ate. I'm full. I don't want to eat anything else, but I don't know what it was. I was just being hit from every direction all at once. That's third edition and 3.5. Pathfinder is a Dave and Buster's inside a Chuck E. Cheese's. Tui is more like CC's Pizza. Damn. Somebody get some ice on that burn. So that's third edition. Fourth edition is Panda Express. 4E is Panda Express. Um, 5E 2014 5th edition is it's a deli tray. You know, it's got the little mini sandwiches. It's okay. It's good. A lot of people are going to like it. A lot of people are going to snack on it. It's freshly made. And then again, D&D 2024 is McDonald's. So there's your food comparison. There's your food tier lists for Dungeons and Dragons. For other games, I don't know. What is what is RuneQuest? KFC? I have no idea. I haven't played those games. 5E is McDonald's too. Anyway, so listen, I'm gonna go ahead and go. All this talk has made me hungry. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Doc Flamingo, for Age of Blood and Iron. This looks really awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Guys, the year is halfway over. The year is halfway over. December is going to be amazing. Don't miss out what's going to be happening in December. I'm going to roll on out of here, guys. Be good to each other. And look, it doesn't matter what you like to eat, but the simple reality is you are all the favorite fast food for an owl bear. Peace. Good night. God bless. See you tomorrow.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.